Welcome to the Fantasy Football Strategy, your go-to channel for all things fantasy football, whether you're building a dynasty for the ages or gunning for the 2025 redraft title. If you're passionate about staying ahead of the game, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into one quarterback dynasty rankings. Using the Tiermaker setup, I've ranked 32 quarterbacks across tiers S through D. Now, the E tier is blank, and honestly, that's on purpose. There are only so many QBs worth considering for your dynasty squad, so we're keeping things focused and efficient. This video is packed with actionable insights to help you navigate the quarterback landscape for your dynasty league. Best of all, I'll break it all down as quickly as possible for you, so you can get the info you need and get back to dominating your league. Let's not waste another second. S tier, here we come. Starting with the creme de la creme of quarterbacks. These elite players have not only demonstrated exceptional skill throughout the 2024 season, but have also been pivotal in their team's successes. I have it ranked Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Joe Burrow. The top three have that Konami code rushing upside and can score those lucrative rushing touchdowns. And in 4 points per passing touchdown leagues, this offers huge upside in terms of separating themselves from the rest of the class in a onesie position. Some might argue that Burrow doesn't belong in this tier due to the lack of rushing upside, and I get that, I really do. However, with the weapons at his disposal and throwing for nearly 5,000 yards and 43 touchdowns, I think I can justify putting him in the S tier. All right, let's move on to the A tier, where we find some of the biggest names in football, and unfortunately, some of the biggest disappointments of the 2024 season. These quarterbacks have all shown flashes of brilliance, but injuries, inconsistency, or even a bit of regression have kept them from reaching their full potential this year. Let's break it down. I have it ranked: Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and C.J. Stroud. Jalen Hurts missed time with a concussion and hasn't looked quite as sharp as last season, leaving fantasy managers frustrated with his inconsistency. Patrick Mahomes has had strong moments, but struggled with turnovers and a lack of chemistry with his receiving core, making this a down year by his standards. Justin Herbert has been hindered by injuries to his supporting cast, keeping him from reaching his full potential. C.J. Stroud showed some regression after his stellar rookie season as defenses have adjusted and the Texans' offense has sputtered. Despite the challenges, these players still have immense upside and should bounce back in 2025, making them intriguing buy low options for dynasty managers. Let's dive into the B tier, a group of quarterbacks who are trending in both directions. Some are surging with incredible performances, while others are sliding down the board. Here's the list: Kyler Murray, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Drake May, Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, and Jared Goff. Two names that stand out in this tier are Bo Nix and Baker Mayfield, who have been playing out of their minds in 2024. Bo Nix threw 4 touchdowns in Week 18, pushing his season total to 29, just shy of Justin Herbert's rookie record. Meanwhile, Baker Mayfield earned NFC Offensive Player of the Week honors in Week 17 after completing 27 of 32 passes for 359 yards and tying his career high with 5 touchdown passes. These two quarterbacks are making their case for being serious fantasy assets moving forward. Now let's explore the C tier, a group teeming with potential. These quarterbacks are on the cusp of breaking out, and with the right development, they could become significant assets in your dynasty leagues. Here's the lineup: Tua, Dak, Trevor Lawrence, A-Rich, Penix, Darnold, Bryce Young, and J.J. McCarthy. Among these talents, Michael Penix Jr. has been particularly impressive since taking over as the Atlanta Falcons' starting quarterback. In his first career start, Penix led the Falcons to a commanding 34-7 victory over the New York Giants, completing 18 of 27 passes for 202 yards. His quick release allows him to get the ball out in a hurry, beating defenders closing on the ball, as well as pass rushers applying pressure. His poise and performance have drawn praise from analysts and teammates alike, with safety Justin Simmons noting it doesn't feel like you're going up against a rookie. Penix's early success suggests he could be a valuable addition to your fantasy roster as he continues to develop and gain experience. Finally, we've arrived at the D tier, which I like to call the leftovers, mostly older quarterbacks nearing the end of their careers with a few outliers. Here's the list: Geno, Stafford, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Derek Carr, Cousins, Rodgers, and Trey Lance. Among these names, the one I want to focus on is Trey Lance. Lance has had one of the unluckiest starts to a career we've seen in recent years. After being drafted with sky-high expectations, injuries derailed his time in San Francisco, and he eventually lost the job to Brock Purdy, who capitalized on his opportunity in spectacular fashion. Fast forward to his stint with the Cowboys. Lance didn't look terrible in their last game of the season, though he wasn't great either. But here's the thing: we've seen plenty of highly drafted QBs who fail to deliver early on, stick around the league, and eventually get a second chance elsewhere. With Lance's dual threat capabilities, if he finds the right situation, his fantasy ceiling could be incredibly high. Now, yes, I know this might be wishful thinking. As an original Trey Lance truther, I might just be struggling to admit that he's done. But hey, in fantasy football, hope springs eternal, right? That wraps up the quarterback tiers. Use these insights to guide your offseason strategy and build a championship caliber roster. Stay tuned to the FF strategy for more rankings, fantasy football content, and offseason news. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out our other rankings videos linked here, as well as our mock draft playlist to help you get a jump on the 2025 NFL Draft.